Alright guys, this video is going to be an introduction, and simply I'm going to give you what you need to know about Geomagic and how to basically minimize the time you spend learning this software. Because when I started learning this software, there were a couple of things that I wasn't aware of, and I want to shortcut that process for you. So one thing you should immediately start focusing on when you're learning Geomagic is to focus on all these tabs. I would say focus on all this. When you're using tools, you want to basically select your tools from this menu, right? This is very standard in every software. So your file, you select your edit, you insert all these, basically house all the functionality and all the tools you can get in Geomagic. So the reason why I say this is because once you start using these ribbons up here, what you start noticing is that there's very limited amount of tools, which Geomagic is far capable of, but that will not become immediately obvious. So I want to get you into the habit of always coming in here. Say you want to create a plane from this menu rather than creating a plane here. Now, whether or not you listen to me is up to you, but I think just getting used to this menu will definitely make the long process easier for you. Because if you just simply want to use Geomagic to do like basic reverse engineering, then possibly you don't need to be doing this, right? You could just select your tools, because most tools here will be available. And why go through this menu when you could click? Now, I know where the tools are. So for me, I could easily choose here, but I'm also conscious of all the hidden tools that are within the Geomagic, which are not readily available when you're just clicking through this ribbon. So that's what I want to mention here. If you stick with this and you occasionally remember all the functionality, then once you get a good grasp of Geomagic, then you don't need to per se go here all the time. You could just click things, and especially if you want to do things in a rush, then you could just move between these very easily. So that said and done, let's go through some of the menus you have here. So mainly when you're creating solid and surfaces, you're going to be in this model tab here. We're going to talk about auto surfacing, creating edge map, and creating patches and all that stuff, how to manipulate patches. And then here we have all the sketch tools, the alignment tools, the region tools, the polygons, which are essentially mesh. And then of course talking about point data before they are converted to mesh. And then we're talking about the live capture. If you have a 3D scanner, how do you capture all those data in there? And of course, this is home. This is basically a collection of all the tools from the different tabs placed into one, basically. And again, these are very nice, and when you have a hang of the software, you could just easily pick what you want to do rather than coming in here. I know that sounds a bit counterintuitive, but the reason why I suggest that you actually learn how to use all this tab here is because there are some tools that maybe in the future but essentially there are tools here that will come in handy later down the road, but if you don't know where they are, you would think that Geomagic is not capable of it. But what you're going to discover is that Geomagic is actually capable of most of a reverse engineering application. But if you don't know where the tools are, then you're most likely going to think that it doesn't offer it. So you're going to seek some other software. So I just want to make that clear point very clear and really stress it here. Use this. It will greatly improve your reverse engineering ability. And then as you get on with the software, then you could easily just use all these tabs here. So that point being said, I don't want to bang it any further. What do we need to know about this software? We have the tree here, we have the help when we got the viewpoints. Now these are pretty straightforward. Your tree front planes, your origin. Then we go down here into our model, and inside our model we are always creating reference plane, reference coordinates, 3D sketch, 2D sketch. All these things will become apparent when we start going through some examples, but mainly I just want to really emphasize the key importance here, and that's this area. And also maybe we should draw our attention into this other section of the software, which we're going to really get into. We're going to talk about the properties, the display, and the accuracy analyzer, what those are, and of course these different tabs here. And of course this is where we do our modeling. With that said, I'll wrap up this video. I want to really get you excited for this learning adventure that we're going to go on. At the end of it, you're going to be able to reverse just about anything, and we're going to put some really nice spin on this course. We're going to give you some really advanced stuff and simple stuff so that you get your feet wet and start reverse engineering parts in no time. All right, that's it. Let's dive into it. Bye now.